Hi yogis, I'm Lindsay, and today we're going to be doing a 60-minute centering restorative practice. For your practice today, we're going to be using a bolster in 2 blocks, so you're going to want to go ahead and have those ready. If you don't have those at home, grab a couple of books or toilet paper or pillows, blankets, all of those things can be used as props at home. Awesome. So we're going to meet on our mat in Shavasana with the bolster under our knees. See you there. Okay, yogis, we're going to start by just letting our bodies just melt onto our mat, palms facing up. Start to connect to your breath. And just take your time to check in, to look inward. How's the body feeling? Where are you holding any tension? How's your breath? Is it open? Is it tight? No judgment coming in. Just be aware of how you're feeling today. Let each breath bring expansion and release into the tight body, the tight mind. And start to find your center, start to arrive. Sending the breath down to the belly, not forcing it, and then letting it flow, maybe even a few breaths out of the mouth. Coming into that time for you, that stillness. You might even hear the body softly thank you. Bringing the awareness into the heart, just hold a glowing light there. Start to breathe with your heart center. And so the intention I have for this practice is for it to be harmonizing, for it to be centering. And so connect to a few things that you want to release, breathe out, to let go of, or maybe just de-intensify, if that's a word. And just hold on to those things, and as you exhale, start to breathe those things out of the body. Start to see any fizzling or sparkiness or heaviness. Just start to breathe out of the body. And then take a moment and connect to how you like to feel. What are some natural go-tos when you're aligned with flow in your true self? Maybe it's that beautiful sense of humor, that ability to laugh, or maybe it's patience or love. And just start to breathe that in. Feel that energy all around you. And just inhale, breathe it in, feel it in the heart. Exhale, send it through the whole body. And maybe as we're doing this, taking some deep breaths, bringing this golden energy in, or whatever colors may be appearing to you. Say in the mind, I am centered. I am aligned. I am centered. I am aligned. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And holding this beautiful energy with you in your heart, just connect a little more specifically for your intention for today. And it simply could be that you're aligned. Seal that intention with some gratitude, thinking of 2 to 3 things that you're grateful for today. Bring them into the heart. Take a couple of breaths with them. Express some thanks. Awesome. Taking a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, we're just going to drop the head down towards the left-hand side. I have Rascal here again with me today, taking a break from being a big brother to our new little puppy, chilling out. Take a couple of breaths here, release through the cranium, release through the shoulders, and just feel that openness through the chest, the arms, the hands, and behind the eyes. Inhale, bring the head back up. Exhale down to the other side, maybe even closing the eyes. Again, bringing that opportunity for your practice to go inward, a meditation. If the mind's still busy, maybe holding on to one of those mantras or bringing in one that resonates with you. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, centered, aligned, or anything else that resonates with you today. And continuing to repeat that with the breath, giving the mind something high vibrational and beneficial to focus on while we practice. Inhale the head back up. And nice big exhale. Let's bring some movement into the fingers, and we can start to move the toes to spread the fingers and the toes wide apart, stretch them out, curl them in. Stretch the fingers and toes out, breathe here, curl them in, and then move to the wrists and the ankles, bringing in some nice circles. Going the other way, nice and slow. If you notice you're going really, really fast, take a couple of breaths. It just gives you a little bit of insight to what the mind's doing right now. Let's point and then reach through the heels, bring the fingers back, and then we'll point towards the end of our mat. Bring everything back, and let the hands and feet rest and relax. Come into 3 more breaths again. Perfect. Soles of the feet come back to the mat, knees high to the sky. We're going to take the right foot and we're just going to kick the bolster over to the left-hand side and slide it up beside us. Knees are going to come in for a hug, a nice squeeze. Hands find the shins or the backs of the thighs. You can stay here in stillness, or you can rock side to side, maybe even letting the knees splay apart a bit. Bringing a soft smile to the face, maybe make sure the feet are nice and passive. Coming into stillness. Take a deep breath here. We're going to do some nice circles with the knees. First, keeping them together. It's like we're just drawing a circle in the ceiling with the knees. Exhale as the knees go apart. Inhale as the knees come in. Linking to your breath. And bringing the knees in, and then having them go the other way. Good job, yogis. Perfect. Bringing the knees in, coming into some butterfly legs. We're going to splay the legs out to the side and around. Inhale, bring them in. Exhale, splay them out. Keeping the toes touching as the knees splay apart. Link to your breath, letting this be the pace, the speed that you'd like. Perfect. Going the other way. Legs come out, knees splay, bring them in. Exhale out, inhale, circle in. Link to your breath here. And again, just getting some nice movement through the hips, through the pelvic floor. Finish this last circle and then bring the knees in for one more squeeze. Take a deep breath here. Awesome. We're coming into a gentle twist next. And it's the first twist we've come into, so I'm gonna recommend using your bolster here. And so making sure it's on the left side, arms are gonna come out to a T. We bring the calves just out from the body so they're parallel to the floor beneath us. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower the legs down onto that bolster. Hips are gonna come up off the mat, but try to make sure the shoulders stay anchored on your mat. Now, take a couple of breaths here. We are gonna hold this pose. Might feel a little more comfortable to place your bolster, your prop, between your legs. Or if it's feeling all right, you can always come all the way down onto your mat. Again, you might just start to feel a bit of a pull there, and that's where you might wanna use a bolster instead. Now, once you get nice and cozy there, the head can drift away from the knees if it's comfortable for the neck. And you might even take a bend in the elbows. Again, whatever feels good for you. Closing down the eyes. Start to breathe into this twist and breathe with the spine. The spine is what holds us up all day. Start to visualize energy just gently flowing up and down the spine, from the tailbone all the way up to the cranium. Maybe repeating your mantra. Notice if there's any tension anywhere in the body. Just send some breaths there to help it relax. If your head's drifted to one side, just inhale it back up to neutral. And just take 3 more breaths here. And again, yogis, always listen to your body, especially in restorative yoga or any class. We're not forcing any of the poses. There shouldn't be any pinching or any pain. You should just feel the body relaxing and opening up into each pose that we do today. On the next inhale, let's slowly bring those legs back up and in for a squeeze. Maybe inhaling the head up, curling up in a ball, or maybe just doing some rocking side to side. Whatever feels good for you. Coming into stillness, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're gonna grab that bolster. We're just gonna bring it over to the right hand side now. Arms come out to a T. Legs come out that the calves are parallel to the mat. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale to lower to the other side, the right hand side now. And again, coming down onto the bolster. You can put the bolster between the legs or all the way down onto the floor. Shoulders stay anchored, hips come up off the mat. And again, find the part of the body that no part of the legs is clenching. As soon as you clench, the mind can't relax. In restorative, we're restoring. We're getting into that parasympathetic nervous system, and it will do that when the whole body's relaxed. Let the head drift away if that's comfortable for the neck. And again, sink into your breath, maybe even using your mantra. If you have any of your animals at home practicing with you, once you get into that tranquil state, it's a great opportunity to send them images or feelings, and they can pick up on it pretty easily. So you can send them some love or tell them that they're doing a great job. If your head's drifted to the side, inhale to bring it up, and let's just take 3 breaths here. Breathe with the spine, circulating that energy. then on your next inhale, slowly bring the legs back up in for a squeeze. You can even bring the head up on your next inhale, or you can do some rocking side to side, whatever feels good here. And just breathe. Take those deep breaths. Exhale out anything that's going on. Inhale in the feelings that you want to feel. Into stillness. Nice big deep breath in. And exhale, let the legs go long. Inhale, reach the arms above the head. Point the toes, grow long. Exhale, relax the body. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, let's roll over onto our right-hand side, coming into fetal position, curling up in a ball, getting nice and cozy here, resting the head on a forearm or a bolster. Closing down the eyes. Bring your awareness into your heart center. And just breathe with your light. Again, maybe connecting to a mantra or just simply being here. Letting the busyness of the mind float into the background as you just detach from it. Allow it to be present, just not attentive. I'm going to be here for about 8 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Let that leg go long, that left leg reaching towards the end of your mat. Bring the left hand in front of the chest on your mat. Inhale, push into that hand. Slowly start to bring yourself up into your Sukhasana, your nice, easy seat. Maybe grabbing a sip of water if you need. We're going to rest the hands on the knees, palms facing up, maybe touching the thumb to the pointer finger. Closing down the eyes, connect back to your breath, and just allow yourself to regain that still point, that tranquility, even when seated. That might be connecting back to your mantra. We're going to do a little meditation here. So eyes again are closed if that's comfortable for you. We're going to connect to our tailbone, our root chakra first. Just feel as if that energy center is opening up, really connecting to the earth. If you don't feel anything, that's okay. Maybe just ask yourself, if I could feel that energy, what do I think it would feel like? Sitting nice and tall, no tension in the body. We're also going to open up through the crown, the top of the head. And we're going to allow some energy from the cosmos, unmanifested potential, to start coming into the body too. Feeling grounded and open, trusting, feeling safe, but being optimistic, wanting more. Knowing that there's lots still for us to discover, unfold, and journey on our path. Now what you're going to do is connect to the heart. Maybe even bring a hand and rest it on your heart center. And we're going to breathe that energy up from the earth all the way to the heart. And we're going to breathe that energy down from the crown, from the cosmos, all the way down into the heart. The heart's going to start to mix these two energies together. And with each exhale that we take, it's going to blend it through our whole body. You can give these energies a color. Maybe it's just something that you feel. Let the shoulders relax. Let the jaw relax. Just breathe and feel this energy, this prana, start to infuse with every single cell that makes up your whole body, your organs, your endocrines, your skin, your muscle, your fascia, all of the systems. And again, come back to your mantra, maybe even taking the tongue, touching it to the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth, bringing the eyes to the third eye, gently gazing up to the third eye with closed eyes. I am centered. I am aligned, or anything else that resonates with you. Continue to repeat this with 5 more breaths. One more breath. Beautiful job, yogis. You definitely should be feeling the effects of that. Bring that left hand or whatever hand's on the heart down to rest on the knees. And just take a couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can slowly start to flutter the eyes open, coming back into the room. We're just going to come into a super chill twist here. So right hand's going to come to left knee. Left hand comes behind us. And just take 3 soft breaths. You maybe even start to gaze behind you or might be to the side. Again, not forcing a single thing here, yogis, staying anchored through your seat. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Slowly coming to the other side. That left hand goes to the right knee, right hand behind us. Gentle, soft twist. This feels really awesome. 3 breaths here, yogis. Listen to the body. The mind should be feeling calmer. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to center. I'm glowing after doing that meditation. I hope you guys are feeling the same from that. Okay, we're gonna take the hands and we're gonna interlock them and just bring them behind the head, nice and gentle. Just gonna do some nice sideway motions for the spine. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, bending to the one side. You might even spread the fingers out a little bit. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, staying anchored through the seat to the other side. Inhale back up. Exhale down. And just start to flow with your breath here. Nice and slow. The spine doesn't always get to move this way, but it's really, really good for you. Even when you're working from home, just taking some breaths to help the spine move this way is really great. Beautiful job. One more on each side. Oh, good stuff. Let's inhale, reach the hands up. Reach up, maybe look up if it's comfortable for the neck. Exhale. Bring the hands down in front of the heart. Think of one thing that you're grateful for, one new thing. Take a deep breath. Inhale again, reach the hands up. Exhale, bring the hands down. One more thing, big or small, that you're grateful for. Send out some thanks, some appreciation. Perfect. All right, yogis, we're gonna start to walk forward, coming into all fours on our mat, into that nice tabletop. Knees are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders. We're gonna arch up, and then we're gonna inhale, dropping into our cow. Start with the tailbone, exhale, arch up to our cat. Tailbone again, inhale, try to follow the spine, head coming up last to our cow. Exhale to our cat. Do a few more of these, linking with your breath and seeing if you can just let this movement come one vertebrae at a time. Almost like that snake-like momentum. And again, not forcing anything here. Just going at a really nice pace. Finish your last one. And then a nice neutral spine. We're gonna grab our bolster. We're gonna run our bolster horizontally across our mat. We're gonna come into belly over bolster. So in your tabletop, walk the knees back about a foot, and then slowly start to lower down, lowering the hips over your bolster. We're gonna lower down onto the chest. And so the head can rest on stacked fists or stacked hands, or you can come down onto the left or right ear. The legs can go a little wider, and just allow yourself to get comfortable here. Let the whole body relax. Now, depending how you carry tension, you might notice a little bit of shortness in breath when you do this pose. If it's uncomfortable, just remove the bolster, come all the way down onto the belly. And just close the eyes. Bring in this nice massage, this nice compression for the small and the large intestine, digestive system. Maybe just melting into this pose, or connecting to your mantra. Legs can be wide apart or closer together, whatever feels good here, yogis. Really relax through the shoulders. Let yourself just melt onto your mat. Let the heart melt onto the earth. If you have your head turned to one side, just slowly turn it the other way. Let's just even out the neck here. And again, let the shoulders relax. Let the whole body just melt onto your mat. Release the jaw. And maybe even connect back to that mantra. I am centered. I am aligned. Three more breaths here, yogis. Alrighty. Now bring the forehead to rest either on stacked fists or stacked hands. And we're just gonna roll the forehead from side to side. Give that third eye a nice little massage. Take just a deep breath here. Awesome. We're gonna slide the hands back under the shoulders. Bring the legs a little closer together. As we inhale, we're gonna slowly bring ourselves back up. Then we're just gonna slide into a child's pose. So the knees can go wider or the knees can stay nice and close together. You might just even slide back and use your bolster like this. This is gonna go into a deeper stretch for the arms. If that's not feeling good, turn your bolster the other way and you can just come down onto it like this. Totally cozy. I'm gonna do a little stretch for my arms. Let the hips start to rest back towards the heels. Remember, you can always grab a bolster or a blanket or a towel to go underneath the knees or underneath the ankles for additional support. We're gonna hold this for about 12 breaths. Again, child's pose is such a safe and supportive pose, making you feel grounded, anchored, secure. Notice if you're bracing anywhere in your body. And try to move yourself into the most comfortable position, letting the body relax. Let's take 3 more breaths here, yogis. Nice inhale. Full exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Wonderful job. On the next inhale, slowly start to bring yourself back up into that tabletop pose. You can actually slide that bolster out into the side again. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips, and just move through a couple of cat-cows at a pace that works for you. So again, we inhale to cow, exhale to that cat, dropping the head. Inhale, bringing the head up, and just moving however feels good for you at a pace that your breath wants to go at right now. Finishing one more. And then coming into that nice neutral spine. Coming down onto the right or left hip, and then the legs are gonna come out in front. Awesome. How are you guys feeling? I'm feeling really good. Just feels nice to connect to that stillness and move and open up the body. So hands are resting on the knees, palms facing up, closing down the eyes. Let's just get centered again. Breathe here. Connect into the heart. Maybe open up through the crown and the root again. We'll just be here for 5 more breaths, finding our tranquility in between poses. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly start to open the eyes again. Awesome. Okay, yogis, let's come into a really nice heart opener. One of my favorites. So I'm gonna set this pose up with the blocks. You're gonna wanna use your blocks or something similar to it if you have anything going on with the back, or if you're just carrying a lot of tension through back body. I know for me lately, I've been carrying tension in my back body where I normally don't. And so again, whenever you get into a pose with restorative, you want to be set up that the body relaxes into it versus that kind of tight feeling. If you're used to this pose, feel free to use no blocks or just one block, bringing the bolster all the way down onto your mat. That's going to be the deepest back bend that you'll get with this. Bringing the hips right up to the bolster, no space between the bolster and my hips, coming into a nice supported fish. We're gonna exhale to lower down. And then the legs can just go nice and long. The legs can go a little wide, or they can come closer together. If you really like getting into the hips, you can bring soles of the feet together, let the legs splay out to the side. The only thing I'm gonna say here is make sure you're not bringing in tension through this area of the body, through the inside of the hips. If you're bringing in tension, just let the legs go long. Palms can be out by your side, facing up. Feel the shoulders relax down. Let your cranium get rested, and just feel the eyes start to melt into the cranium cradle. Notice if the jaws clench. Just release any of that tension. Let the heart shine forward. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes. And so just get nice and relaxed. I'm going to chat a little less in this pose. So again, bring in your mantra or connect to your breath, or simply just allow yourself to be in this pose. And again, if you have a furry companion practicing close to you, when we're in that theta meditative state, it's a really great time to connect to their energy, as animals are naturally connected to the energy around them. And so maybe just see a rainbow from your heart, connecting to your animal's heart, and just take some breaths with them, or maybe send them some love or gratitude or energy. Maybe see if they have anything to send to you. Notice if the mind is getting busy in the stillness. Bring in your mantra, connect to your breath. Let the busyness move into the background. Focus on calming the mind, calming the body, really dedicating yourself to the full 60 minutes of this practice, releasing distraction. letting that heart shine, letting tension from back body just melt away into the mat beneath you. Three more breaths here, yogis. Take some nice deep runs, breathing with the whole body, almost as if you can feel your whole body expand with your inhale, and then your whole body relax with your exhale. Soles of the feet are slowly going to come back to the mat one at a time. Letting the knees go high to the sky. Maybe even just doing just this soft little sway from side to side. Bring your awareness into the low back. Take a couple of breaths with it. This is where you're gonna know if you went a little too far, yogis. If you put that bolster all the way to the mat and you're feeling that little like twinge through the low back, that's a really good sign that you went a little too far, and to maybe just use some props until we just release that excess tension in back body, versus overstretching it. Always good to listen. Take a nice big deep breath in and a deep breath out. Awesome. We're gonna slowly come up. So as we inhale next, hands are gonna reach for the backs of the thighs, tuck the chin, slowly with control. Start to bring yourself up. Arms are gonna wrap around the legs. Send the crown high to the sky, and let's do 3 breaths here. And if you want, you can drop the head towards the knees, breathe into back body, breathe into the back of the neck. Inhale the head up. Exhale, legs can come back to that Sukhasana, that nice easy seat. So we're gonna grab our bolster from behind us. We're just gonna bring it to the side. And we're just gonna set any of our blocks or other props off to the side and out of the way. We're gonna bring the soles of the feet to the mat, and we're gonna be lowering ourselves back down onto the floor. And so if you need a sip of water or anything, or if you need to grab anything, make sure it's within reach. Bolster is gonna go under the knees. And then same thing, we're gonna inhale, grow tall. Exhale, using the backs of the thighs, we're gonna slowly lower down with control. All the way down onto the back body. Perfect. So once you come onto back body, leave soles of the feet on the mat and just focus on the spine connecting to the earth. Hands can come down by our side, and let's just take 3 breaths here. Awesome. We're going to be coming into a supported bridge pose next. And so what we're gonna do is get that bolster nice and close to the bum. So maybe scooching the feet a little closer. On your next inhale, we're gonna push through the feet, lift up through the hips, and roll that bolster under the sacrum. And so when we do this, we wanna make sure the bolster's not too high, that the bum's sliding off. We want to be supporting that whole sacrum area, hip area. Slowly lower down. And just take a couple of breaths. Now, if this is feeling good, this might be where you want to stay, yogis. Or if you'd like, you can explore letting the legs go long, resting the heels on your mat, just getting some nice length, breathing with the spine here. And then you can play around too. It might feel good, palms facing up, palms facing down, or you might even want to drift the arms up overhead, bringing some length in. Closing down the eyes, just breathing here. And again, breathing with the whole body, feeling that inhale as if the whole body is inhaling with you, that exhale as if the whole body is relaxing when you breathe out. If this is feeling a little too much, just bring soles of the feet back to the mat. Release any cranium from the tension, any tension from the cranium or the shoulders or anywhere else in the body. Smooth out across the forehead, in behind the eyes, through the jaw. Feel that relaxation from head to toe. I am centered. I am aligned. Now, for the last part of this pose, you might just want to stay here. This might feel perfect and exactly where you want to be. Or you can meet me in what's called a mocked legs up the wall, where we're going to get most of the body above the heart, which is one of the most restorative poses you can do. If you want to do that, we're going to bring the hands back down to the side. Slowly bring soles of the feet back to the mat, one at a time. And we're going to bring one of the feet up towards the ceiling, followed by the other. You're going to play around with where those feet are until you get to the point. So for me, it's about here. The legs feel like they're just floating. You can also take a big bend in the knees. This might feel more comfortable. Whatever you would like to do. Let the legs find their still point and then connect to the upper body. Let it find its still point. And just hold this pose while you connect to your breath and go deeper. Again, we're giving the heart a well-deserved break, getting most of the body higher than it. Uber restorative pose. This is great to come into if you haven't been sleeping well. So send the heart some love and some beautiful energy. Notice if the mind's gotten a little busy. If it is, Just take a breath, that's okay. Bring your awareness back to your mantra. Find your center again. Release tension. We're going to take 3 more breaths in this pose. Now, depending where you are, if the legs are high to the sky, maybe start by bringing a bend into the knees, bringing the knees in for a little squeeze. If you kept the legs long on your mat, just start to bring the feet back to the soles of the feet on the mat. If the legs are in for a hug, just slowly start to bring one foot down, followed by the other. So we're all resting our feet on the mat now, knees high to the sky. And just take a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, coming out of this pose the same way we came in, we're going to inhale, push through the feet, lift up just enough that we can slide that bolster back under the knees. And slowly lower down. And then as a counter pose, you can bring the knees in for a hug, or maybe you just want to send the legs long, whatever feels good here. And just take 3 full breaths. Awesome, yogis. Coming into one last pose, my favorite pose. We're going to bring soles of the feet back to the mat, soles of the feet together, and the knees splay out to the side, Supta Baddha Konasana. And then if you want, you can rest left hand on the heart, right hand on the navel. Our hands can drift up overhead or to your side, whatever feels good. But if you bring a hand to the heart, hand to the navel, we're actually closing all of our energy circuits within our physical body. And just start to connect to the breath here. Let the whole body relax into your mat. Breathe. Find your mantra. Go a little deeper in your practice. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Beautiful job, yogis. Starting to get ready to come into the final part of our practice, our final Shavasana. So you can just slowly let the legs go long here, maybe keeping that bolster under the knees. Maybe even curling up for a side Shavasana or a belly Shavasana. Just take a moment to let your body come into the best expression to finish your practice in. Once you get there, just let any last minute moves, twitches, readjustments come out. Connect to your breath. Go into the heart. Maybe even repeat your mantra a couple times. And then allow yourself to sink into the deepest, most important part of your practice. Taking a slow breath in and a slow breath out. As always, yogis, feel free to take as much time as you need in your final Shavasana today. Let it go for another 15 minutes even if you can. I'm sure all of our bodies could use more Shavasana. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to practice with me. I hope that you are feeling revitalized, aligned, and centered and strong. Know that we are thinking of you and holding space for you, even if it's not in the studio with us. The light in me honors, appreciates, and shines brighter because of that beautiful light resonating within you. I bow to that light. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, yogis.